Hey y'all, this is a quick Module 2 review for you to watch before you take your wall map test. Okay, we're going to start with prime factorization. Where'd my, oh there it is. Gotta find my phone for my calculator. Anyway, okay, I just had breakfast. Ready to go here. Okay, two factors that go into 2025. I happen to know that 25 will go into 2025, so I'm going to put that here. I'm going to divide 2025 by 25 to see what's left over here. Neither one of these numbers are prime. They both have factors. So 81 is 9 times 9. 25 is 5 times 5. 5 is prime. That part's done. 9 is not prime. It still has factors. So we have a 3. 3 is prime. 3 and 3. Okay? So all prime. If it's not prime, you have to keep going. So this is how you write this. You put your 3. There are 4 of them. So you put your little hat and a 4. Then you have your little asterisk that you put in. Then you have a 5. There are 2 of them. So when you enter that into the computer, it displays like this. And that is your answer to this. Now, what you can do to check to make sure you have the right answer, multiply this and make sure you come out with 2025. So I have some people though who will stop up here. You need to keep going until they're all prime. Keep going until you have you don't have any more numbers that multiply together to get that. You can't multiply anything to get 3. You can't multiply anything to get 5. Those are prime. Okay, this little hat is how you make an exponent. The asterisk is how you make a times. Okay, I'm going to get that out of our way. Over here a little bit. Okay. Reciprocal. Flip it upside down. Okay? That's easy. A decimal, you're going to divide. So, if I have 1/8, my 8 is going to go on the outside, and my 1 is going to go on the inside, because it needs to be 1 divided by 8. So I need to find out how many times does 8 go into 1. 8 obviously doesn't go into 1, so you have to put a decimal place and a 0, which means you're going to have a decimal place right there. 8 goes into 10 twice. Whoops, twice. Hello, it's morning. Okay. Let's start over. 8 goes into 10 once. You get 8. Add another 0, drop it down. 8 goes into 20 twice. You have 16. Add a 0, drop it down. 8 goes into 45 times. So your answer would be 0.125. If you have a fraction, excuse me, if you have a fraction, not a mixed number, if you have a fraction with no whole number, you're not going to have a whole number. Everything's going to be behind the decimal. The only way you can have a whole number is if it was like 1 and 1/8. If you do not have a whole number, it is going to be a decimal. And I think on all the ones they have, for examples, they don't have a whole number. They're just decimal. Reciprocal, flip it upside down. For the decimal, put the bottom on the outside, the top on the inside. Put your decimal, add zeros, and divide. Okay, there's that part. Okay, so a whole number times a fraction. You put 1 on the bottom of any whole number. And then you just multiply like it was 2 fractions. Negative 15 times 3 is a negative 45. Don't forget your negative. 1 times 5 is 5. When I simplify this, 5 goes into 45 9 times, so I'm going to have a negative 9. You cannot forget this negative. Okay? Dividing. When you divide by a fraction, you have to flip it upside down and multiply. So this is actually going to be 25 times 8/5. Gotta flip that upside down. 25 times 8 is 200. Put a 1 down there. 1 times 5 is 5. And this goes in 40 times. Okay? When you have a divide, flip it upside down and multiply. Do it the same way. You just have to flip that second one upside down. Okay? Now we have this guy right here. So this exponent, remember that does not mean multiply times 2. Remember that means multiply times itself. So to solve this, you need 2/3 times 2/3. Multiply it times itself. So you're going to have 4/9. Then you have to take the 4/9 times the 1/5 that you have right here to get your final answer for 45. Okay? Multiply this times itself, and then times or plus or whatever is over here. Not times 2. Times itself. Sorry, this is quick. I'm trying to get a quick review in here. Okay. Now, the XYZ business here. There are 2 things you're asked to do with the XYZ, and I'll show you both of them. So, if it says to simplify, you're going to see something like this. 5y 1/3 over 3x to the 4th, y to the 8th, and z to the 1st. Okay. So if it wants you to simplify, you're basically going to cancel. 3 goes into 15 5 times. So that makes a 5. You have 4 x's in the bottom. You have 5 x's in the top. So when I take out 4 x's from here, I'm going to have 1 left. I have 8 x's in the bottom, or 8 y's in the bottom, 9 y's in the top. So when I cancel this, I'm going to have 1 y left. Okay? I have 1 z in the bottom, 3 in the top. So I'm going to end up with 2 z's left over. Now it doesn't always work that all your z's will be on the top. Sometimes you'll have some left on the bottom. But the way you write this is you don't need these 1's. X, y, z squared. Okay? Let me go through a short one real quick that'll show you 1 left in the bottom. So if I have x to the 4th, y 3rd, z 7th, x squared, y to 7th, oop, that's a 7, and z squared. Okay, so there's 2 in the bottom, 4 in the top. I'm going to cancel this out. Okay, that leaves me with 2. I took 2 out for the bottom. Now, this one I have 3 in the top and 7 in the bottom. So these are going to end up down here. And I have 4 y's left at the bottom. So there's 2 here, 7 up there. That's going to leave me with 5. So all I have left in the top is this x squared, z to the 5th. But I still have this y to the 4th in the bottom. So sometimes it won't all cancel to the top. Sometimes you're going to have stuff left at the bottom. So you just subtract them. Whichever one has the largest exponent, that's where it's going to be. That was messy. Okay. Least common multiple. Okay, so I did simplify least common multiple. Okay, if I have these here, I want the least common multiple. So the first thing I need to do is figure out the least common multiple of 3 and 15. I'm going to go, hey, 3 goes into 15, so I'm going to use 15, right? So I would need 15. My x's, I'm going to check which one is higher. I have x to the 4th and x to the 5th. I'm going to keep the x to the 5th. My y's, this one has an 8, that one has a 9. I'm going to keep the 9. My z's, that one has a 1, this one has a 3. So I'm going to keep the 3. Okay. Let me do, I don't like those examples. I got those off the computer. I don't like them. Okay, let me do 6. Well, wait. Okay. 6x to the 4th, y to the 3rd, z to the 8th, and then 4x to the 3rd, y to the 9th, z to the 4th. Okay. So I'm going to try these two. Let's get rid of that over there. 6 and 4, the least common multiple. What is the smallest number both of these go into? If I think prime factorization, 4 is 2 times 2, and 6 is 2 times 3. So, if I take these, put them in once, what's left over? I get 12. So 4 and 6 both go into 12. You don't have to try to do it this way. This is in a different video. It's in a least common multiple video if you want to learn how to do this part. But 12. So 12 is my least common multiple between these two numbers. Now, I have my x. I have a 3 here, a 4 there. I'm going to keep the 4. Y, I have a 9 and a 3. I'm going to keep the 9. Z, I have 4 and an 8. I'm going to keep the 8. Okay? Find the least common multiple between the numbers, if it has numbers. And then on all the exponents, you just keep the higher exponent. And that puts us at 13 minutes. Okay. Alright. So, in order to multiply mixed numbers, you need to know how to go from a mixed number to an improper fraction. So this is easy. You just go 2 times 2 plus 1, and you leave the bottom at 2. So you would have 5 halves. Okay, if I had 3 and 4/5, I have 5 times 3 plus 4. You leave the 5 on the bottom. So 5 times 3, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That would be 19 fifths. Okay. I think for the rest of adding, subtracting, multiplying fractions, I'm going to cut that off and make a different video. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do on this one. Let me find it real quick. Hang on. Yeah, I'm so organized, I know. Okay, there it is. So something like this. Minus 4 squared. Whoops. Gee, Christmas. Organize, organize, organize. Okay. Minus 4 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 4. But I'm going to, 4. Okay, this is an order of operations. You're going to end up with some kind of number, no letters. So order of operations says parentheses. So this is a 6. Exponents. This is a 16. Negative 4 times negative 4. It's positive 16. So I have 16 minus 3, because I still have this 3 right here I have to use, times 6. Multiply is next. So I'm going to have 16 minus 18, and that equals a negative 2. Parentheses. Exponents. Multiply and divide, left to right, and subtract, left to right. Okay, that other one has fractions. Okay, so this is all I'm going to do for this part right here. I'm going to make a separate just fractions video for review, because this one's getting long, and yeah. Okay, see y'all next time.